Preparing to live stream. We have 9 minutes before the presentation. Done. Oh God. Oh, we're on. Did I just turn it off? 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 I don't see anything. I don't see it. I don't see it. What I'm looking at, and I will have reverb in about another 10 seconds. I see myself. So I have a choice. The objective is to not go live, which I'm going to do because I have to learn. So let me see if the other mic is working. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. It's working. But then you won't be able to hear me. You will not be able to hear me on YouTube because I turned this off. Okay, wait a minute, let me turn this down. When you see me sitting here like this, when you see me sitting here like this, I'm waiting to hear sounds. Reverb. Reverb is the echo. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Something's working. Something's working. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I turn the computer off. I turn the computer sound off. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm waiting for reverb. If I don't hear an echo, that means, if I don't hear an echo, which I don't, so that means that the sound is coming from over here. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. I'm waiting on the reverb. The computer sound is off. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Fine. So that means I'm broadcasting through YouTube. That's cool. It's going to have to be, isn't it? It's going to have to be. Let me turn this down. Mute. It's muted. It's muted. It's muted. God is in control. Just keep me out of it. In the meantime, let's screen share. Just keep me out. Screen share, screen share, screen share. I have a stop screen share. Okay, so what I did was, where is it? This is supposed to be, and it is a PowerPoint. And I want you to know where's my PowerPoint? Don't even start, because I worked all day long on my PowerPoint. Here it is. Don't even start. There it is. Okay, so we're going to screen. Can we screen share this? We're going to screen share. I'm going to screen share my little PowerPoint. Okay. 7 o'clock on the dot. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Today is Sunday, March 20th, 2022, 7 p.m. sharp on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We are summing up the entire book, The Prospering Power of Prayer. We are summing it up. All inclusive. Everything that we looked at, what it is I summed it all up into 14 slides. I said I wasn't going to do a lot of reading tonight. I said if I hadn't gotten it by now, oh well. No, that's not the way I meant. If I haven't learned anything by now, then I need to start over. And so the objective not only is to start over, but to review in your life how prosperity has shown up, whether through money, friends, family, health. How has prosperity shown up in your life? Okay, so what we're going to look at it is, this is the final installment. We have covered all 6 chapters. Let's pray and prosper. Is the introduction. First chapter is the simple forms of prayer that can prosper. Chapter 2, an advanced form of prayer that can prosper. Chapter 3 is making the right contact for prosperity. Chapter 4 is, even though you see one there, for whatever reason it didn't come up. Chapter 4 is the potent prayers of praise and thanksgiving. Chapter 5 is prayer in pictures. And chapter 6 is the prayer of increase. I really like the book. I liked it. For me, it's very simple to read. Wasn't a lot of big words. It was very spiritual. She used a lot of Bible verses. As you know, she's a Christian. She's a Christian author, and she has her own church in California. And she has written a lot of books, maybe over 25, and they all have to do with prosperity. All of the books that she has written have to do with prosperity, daring to prosper. She has written The Millionaire from Nazareth, The Millionaire Called Moses. I can't even name them all. She has written quite a few books, and all of them have to do with prosperity. And when we work the principle, and this is the way it is in life. When there's a principle and we work the principle, then we will have the principle of the seeds of the principle will flourish. Why? Because you're working with a law, and the law of attraction, which, by the way, we looked at 10 spiritual laws, which no, we're not looking at them this evening. There was a lot going on over the last few weeks as far as presentations. So there's a lot that we won't see, but there is a lot that we will see. The Prospering Power of Prayer by Catherine Ponder. Here is an image of the book, The Prospering Power of Prayer by Catherine Ponder. Now we are going to go into our meditation. I tried to make it larger, but here we are. Let us center ourselves. Become comfortable position. If you're in a recliner, sit all the way back, if that's what's comfortable for you. I have my feet up, rocking back and forth slowly. If you are comfortable lying down with your feet up and your eyes closed, do so. It depends on where you are. Wherever you are, find a comfortable position to either sit in or lie down. If you can feel comfortable, close your eyes, block out all visual stimulus, block it out. We're going within, all the way within. We're going all the way within this evening. Take 3 long, deep breaths. Hold and exhale. Going within, inside our closet, inside, close the door. If it's too dark in there for you, turn on a small light. We're going into the closet. It's safe in the closet of our mind, the closet of safety. When we want to pray or meditate, we go within. We go within. Some of us think of it as going within our minds. Some of us believe it's going into our hearts, into our spirit, into our soul. Some believe that if we're going into a closed room, a safe closed room, where you are safe. Nobody's bothering you. You are safe in this room. In this room, you are talking to, connecting with, feeling the spirit of, or connecting with the energy of the one, the source of all there is. We are connecting with our respective source of all there is. As we know, our higher power is love and light. And the light that is revolving around our feet orders our steps. The warm white light of purity and protection revolves around our feet, ordering our steps. This white light ascends upward toward our ankles, upward. Our calves are surrounded by the white light and protected. Our knees are protected by this white light. Soft white light, friendly white light, safe white light. Healing our knees, moving up to our thigh area. This white light is protecting all of our body, moving up to our pelvic area. All of our joints are healed, feeling safe with this white light of protection. Moving up past the navel area, the white light is there and it is circulating around our body, circulating, protecting, lubricating our body, protecting, healing our body. This white light is ascending up past the solar plexus, up around the rib cage area, up around the shoulder area, moving up. This white protective light governs and guards our speech, our speech, what we say. We speak our truth in a dignified and non-threatening way. We speak our truth. We are entitled. We have the right to speak our truth, to speak your truth. This white protective light goes up to the third eye, which is between our physical eyes. That third eye is our imaginative eye. That third eye imagines our prosperity, imagines our good. It imagines our finance, friendships, intellectual, investments, housing, friends, family, socialization. This white light of imagination sets into motion. Imagine whatever it is. First, the thought. The imagination brings an element and the dimension of thought. When we are clear with our thought, when we are clear with our pictures and our minds, then what we think about goes out into the universe. It goes out into the vibration. It goes out into harmony. And it does its perfect will and it comes back. What we think about comes back. What our heart's desire is and what we have pictured comes back. That white light now goes up to the crown of our head. The crown, the top, which is the Christ consciousness. This consciousness is good and pure. This consciousness knows all. This consciousness is all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere present. This consciousness, the Christ all knowing consciousness. What we will do for the next 2 minutes, we will engage in silence. We will engage in silence while we are within. While we have gone within, we'll engage in silence to connect with the power of all there is, beginning now. We are slowly returning back to where we are physically. While we're coming back, we are bringing with us the white light of protection, the soft white light that is surrounding our crown, the crown that we all have, our invisible crown, where we walk and talk and carry ourselves with the majesty that we are. We are victorious and full of majesty. Majesty. I will count from 10 back to 1. And as I'm counting from 10 back to 1, we are bringing with us the white light of protection, the light of strength, the light of wisdom, protection, strength, and wisdom. The light of protection, strength, and wisdom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Slowly bringing with us protection, strength, and wisdom. 4, 3. We're slowly coming back. Our spirit are coming back to our bodies. We are slowly returning to where we are physically, our environment. 2, we know where we are. We are safe and we're bringing safety with us. 1, we have arrived. We know where we are. We know who we are, and we know whose we are. 1, when you are ready, open your eyes. When you are ready, open your eyes to the truth. And the truth is, you bring with you protection, strength, and wisdom at all times. We are one with spirit. Okay. Are we ready? Let us begin. March 20th, 2022, and this is our final installment of the book, The Prospering Power of Prayer. Again, these are the chapters that we have gone through. We ought to be very proud of ourselves. This is the final installment. We have covered all 6 chapters, and they are the introduction. That's pray and prosper. That's pray and prosper. Chapter 1, the simple forms of prayer that can prosper you. Chapter 2, an advanced form of prayer that can prosper. Chapter 3, making the right contact for prosperity. One moment, please. Chapter 4, the potent prayers of praise and thanksgiving. Chapter 5, prayer in pictures. And chapter 6, the prayer of increase. Chapter 1. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Chapter 1, the simple forms of prayer. The simple forms of prayer. What is so simple about it? Keep it simple. All right, just keep it simple. A simple, sincere, simple prayer, if it is sincere, will mean quite a bit to the source of all there is, because it is sincere. Some people say, oh, well, I don't know how to pray. Yes, we do. We all know how to pray. There is no organized script. You pray from the heart. See to it that you mean what you say. So the simple form of prayer, what? We keep it simple and we speak whatever it is we want into existence. Those of you that have been following this series for the last couple of months, you know, I know, and we all know that this is my favorite picture. Why? Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Speak it into existence. Whatever it is you want, it's coming back. And whatever it is you say you don't want, it's coming back because you said what you don't want. You said it. And even though you said what you don't want, why on earth would you say what you don't want when you say, when you're taking it to spirit now, hear me good, when you're taking it to spirit, you're taking it to your higher power, why would you say what you do not want? Okay, don't confuse yourself. Be specific, make it clear, and all I get understanding. We know what we want, make it clear. All right, speak it into existence. Oops. Chapter 2. What some consider an advanced form of prayer is the practice of meditation, and silence is a form of discipline that can help you succeed in every phase of your life. Primary text, page 16. Read it again. I need to put a few punctuations there. What some consider an advanced form of prayer is the practice of meditation and silence. Is a form of discipline that can help you succeed in every phase of your life. Practice meditation and silence. During the meditation, I suggested to go into a closet or a safe place. I suggested that you close your eyes and go into a safe place. That was a suggestion. Whatever works for you, so you can become grounded and rooted in a power that is there for you, waiting to be invited. So, meditation and silence, what is that? It is going within, which is what we did. Going into the closet, not a physical closet, because that may have negative memories for some of us. So therefore, we go into a mental closet, or we go into a library, wherever is safe. We go into a safe space, close everything out, block everything out, and meditate. The more you meditate, the more you practice it, you'll be able to meditate in a Super Bowl stadium. It will take some time to do it, but it can be done. All right. But we must practice. Psalms 46:10, be still and know. From the NIV, New International Version, he says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Be still, be confident, have and practice faith. I don't know why, sometimes, sometimes I do it too, but we have to learn how to. It's like playing baseball. You have a pitcher, and then you have the person that's hitting the ball, and then you have other players. But to me, the pitcher is the most important player. Nothing can happen without the pitcher. So be still. Don't pitch anything anywhere Call it game, timeout, whatever it is you would call a game that it's a timeout. Take a timeout. Okay. Be still. Why? Because when you be still, you will be exalted among others, other people, places, and things, not just nations. Nations could be right in your backyard. Nations can be under your roof. Exalted among individuals on your job. You will be lifted if you do one thing: be still. Don't try to take anything over. And that's work for a lot of us, being still and turning something over to an entity or a force or a source that you cannot see. The bottom line is the work is patience. That's the work, really. That's the work. I do it myself. Just calm down, focus, turn it over, and be still. And then you will, I will be exalted among the nations and exalted, lifted in the earth. The earth is this earthly realm, this earthly plane where we walk, touch, feel, see each other physically. Okay, that's the earth. That's the earthly plane. Okay. 46:10. Where are we? Chapter 3, making the right contact for prosperity. Making the right contact. Oh, I love this picture. Affirmations of thanks prove powerful. Maintain an attitude of gratitude. Maintain an attitude of gratitude. Yes, I did. All righty then. Here we are. Attitude. An attitude of gratitude. Always be grateful. If your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever walk off and leave you, be grateful. That might be the best thing that ever happened to you and on this realm since you have left your mother's womb. When someone has walked off and left, right on. They have their reasons. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. All right. Your husband leave, your wife leave, you get fired, downsized. A lot of that happened during the COVID virus. During the COVID, a lot of people lost their job. There was a lot of downsizing, a lot of adjusting to staying home, adjusting to the children being home. There was a lot going on here in New York. I'm sure there was a lot going on in other places. I don't live in other places. I live in New York, and there are no words to tell you the adjustment we went through here, all of us. So when situations in life happen, okay, even though the episodes of the 2-year COVID situation happened, okay, and a lot of negative happened. A lot of negative happened. I will not sit here and minimize it. What I'm referring to, however, are the individuals that their jobs were downsized and what have you. I'm sure they had a chance to, once they calmed down, reflect. Once they plugged into getting the benefits and what have you, it was not a pretty sight, I know. But guess what? We had to turn it over. We had to turn it over to a power that is greater than us. And those of us that turned it over, we survived. Those of us that didn't turn it over, we survived. Not only here in New York, but around the world. You have your own COVID situation. I'm going to name it. No, I'm not going to name it, because when you put a name on something, then it gives it power. I am going to say that we all have our challenging situations, and it will either make us or break us. And when you dig your heels in to a power that is greater than you, and you go into your closet with a sincere heart and say what you mean and mean what you say, you will come out of the situation a victor. Now, let me say this, it doesn't happen overnight, okay? It's like making a cake. You don't just make the cake. There's ingredients involved, okay? So making that contact with affirmations, being thankful, being grateful, all right? Being grateful for that you survived, being grateful that you survived, number one, all right? You're here. Some individuals have grief and loss, and they have what's called survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt is when you're going through something, when there's a group of individuals that are going through something, and some didn't make it. Like, for example, if you're in the military and you're overseas and you make friends and associates for whatever reason, some of you don't make it. When you live in a household and you're married with children, it's time to separate. It's time to separate. The marriage didn't make it. So the ingredients, the same principle applies when you're making a cake or cooking something. It involves ingredients. So when you are living life on life terms, it involves ingredients. And one of the main ingredients is an attitude of gratitude. Whatever you have or don't have, be grateful. Just be grateful. Because sometimes what you don't have may very well be better than what it is you wanted. So if you're getting a divorce, that may very well be the best thing that could happen in this lifetime. All right. But if it doesn't apply yet. All right. Job 36:11. If they listen and obey God, they will be blessed with prosperity throughout their lives. All the years will be pleasant. Job 36:11. Let me read it again. This is from the New Living Translation, NLT. If, that's the first word. If they listen and obey God, they will be blessed with prosperity throughout their lives. All their years will be pleasant. That is, if they listen. Be obedient, follow instruction, slow down and listen to the still small voice of guidance. Obedience will make us prosperous. Obedience. When this is what I don't understand. Somebody help me out with this. It's regarding driving. You have the student driver. At one point, somewhere along the line, you were a student driver. Even if your Uncle Jake showed you how to drive, someone showed you how to drive. And at one point, even if you learned how to drive at 12 years old, you were at one point a student driver. This is what I don't understand. when we are at the DMV and we have to check off yes, no, we have the right, then you sit in a car with an inspector and buckle up, and then you have to do your driving and whatnot. And you've already read the book, so you know the rules. You know what you're supposed, you know the rules and regs. You know the speed limits, you know the stop signs. Yellow means caution, green means go, red means stop. Even if you don't know how to read, they have a rectangular or octangular stop sign. So you know red and the sign means stop. Green, go. Red, stop. Yellow, caution. I mean, you don't even have to know how to read to do this. If you know your numbers, speed limit, 5535, 25. You know, here we even have emblems and images on the signs. We have something called deer crossings. We have deer up here. So the signs have the speed limit, and it reads deer crossing. That means that be careful where you're driving in that vicinity, that deers are going to be crossing, so slow down. Obedience. And then we get this driver's license. And when we get the driver's license, it's like, okay, well, we've done what we abide by the rules, and we've done, you know, what we are supposed to do. Now we're going to do what we want to do. And you do 45 miles an hour in a school zone, some of them. Or if there's a school bus in the middle of the street and the red signs are down, some of you actually have the audacity to want to go around that school bus, knowing that there's children getting off the school bus. Some of us try to outrun the ambulance. If an ambulance is, you know, siren going and lights, so it's very clear there is an emergency. Some of us, not us, some of you want to either follow that ambulance, you won't move over. All of us are very good, but you know, there are some that won't do what they're supposed to do. There's always going to be one that's going to mess it up for the rest of us. Driving while intoxicated. If you know that you didn't take that test, that driving test when you was drinking, if you know you didn't take that driver's test when you was under the influence, then why would you get behind the wheel of the vehicle knowing that you're not supposed to do that? If they listen and obey God, they will be blessed with prosperity throughout their lives. All their years will be pleasant. Be obedient, follow instruction, slow down and listen to the still small voice of guidance. Obedience will make us prosperous. Chapter 4, the potent prayers of praise and thanksgiving from the book of 1 Chronicles, 29th chapter and the 13th verse. And now, our God, we give thanks to you and praise your glorious name. Again, 1 Chronicles 29:13. And now, our God, we give thanks to your praise and praise your glorious name. Expressing gratitude before you see evidence means, 1, that you trust in the God of your understanding, and 2, you trust that all is worked out for your highest and greatest good. Trust. We give thanks in advance. You don't wait until you see it. Okay, because that's not faith. That's not faith. Waiting until you see it, how is that faith? Come on now, come on. When we practice faith, then we wait without being anxious. We're patient. We find something else to do. Read a book, clean a house, do your homework, go for a ride, do something. but you don't try to figure out how you can outdo your higher power fixing the problem. Do you really believe that your higher power will not do a better job than you, that you need to intervene and fix the problem or situation because your higher power doesn't know what to do? Do you really believe that? Good, good. I'm glad because your higher power will always do a better job than you. Now, the situation may not turn out the way you want it to, but I will tell you what, the situation may not turn out the way you want it to. People will leave us. We'll pray for our marriage to work. We'll pray for our children to stop acting up. And the prayers will be answered. The answer may not come. The manifestation may not be the way you wanted it to be. What you may want to think about doing when you pray is you ask for what it is you want. Then you say this or something greater. All right. So if you and your husband or wife are about to have a separation or divorce, then you pray, I don't want to get a divorce. Please help our marriage. We don't want to get a divorce. And you have the counseling and everything, it works out. But then there are some marriages, some relationships, they're just not destined to be. And when that happens, then you simply say this or something better, or this or something greater. That relationship taught you what you needed to know. If the relationship lasted 5 minutes or 50 years, you learned what you needed to learn to move on. Whether it's a job, relationship, anything that you've lost. Okay, if it's out of your life, it's out for a reason, for something greater to come along. And in the meantime, yes, you're going to hurt. Oh, I've been there. Hurt, pain, disappointment, sadness, anger, the whole nine. But guess what? I'm still standing, and so will you. Something greater and better is on its way. Trust me, I'm a living witness. Just trust me. Did I read this yet? Chapter 4, the potent power of praise and thanksgiving. 1 Chronicles 29:13. And now, not tomorrow, and now, our God, we give thanks to you and praise your glorious name. Expressing gratitude before you see evidence means that you trust in the God of your understanding. You trust that all is worked out for your highest good. Never doubt the power of prayer. Chapter 5 is entitled Prayer in Pictures. Never doubt it. Never doubt it. Never doubt it. Never. I tried to make this larger, but I couldn't. I tried to make this larger. Let's see what happens. I tried. See, you see how it shows up? See how it shows up? Okay. The diagram you see here on the right, on my right, career, financial, spiritual, physical, intellectual, family, social. These sections or phases or categories in this circle represents what it takes to balance out our life. When each aspect of our life is in a balance, then it is alleged that we are happy and that we are balanced. When one is off kilter, then the rest are off kilter. So, career, when someone says career, it kind of has a ring of some kind of highfalutin job function. But a career is any revenue, any monies that's bringing in taxable revenue. Because there are all types of careers. Some are positive careers, and some are not so positive. So if the career is bringing in taxable income, then that's good. So financial savings and investing. When you're looking at financial, you're looking at saving and investing. Spiritual aspect maintains an inner connection with self and the higher power. Talked about it earlier, going within, getting in touch. Number 4, physical, annual checkup, exercise, and nutrition. Proper diet. All right. 5, intellectual, and open mind to learning. Having an open mind to learning. One doesn't have to be this erudite, cerebral person that reads encyclopedias on the train. You can read, you don't even have to read. Today, we don't even read anymore. Put on our headphones and go into audiobooks, or we go and listen to music. Music is education. You'd be utterly amazed. Rap music, you would be utterly amazed what you'd learn by listening to the clean lyrics of a rap song. Be utterly amazed. So we're never too old to learn, and always keep an open mind when it comes to learning. 6, family. What is family? Not necessarily blood relatives. Family, a close kinship with the trustworthy and supportive. 7, social, communication and intimacy with others. Now, intimacy doesn't mean sex. It can involve sex, but intimacy means close communication, being able to communicate with others that you trust. You don't just walk around and just tell your business. There may be one person or 2 individuals that you trust. That is intimacy. Trust and communication with another, in and of itself, by definition, is intimacy. Moving right along. Chapter 6, the prayer of increase, from the book of King James. Proverbs 11th chapter, 24th and 25th verse. Let's look at 24 first. 24 and 25. One person gives freely, yet gains even more, and another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Again, one person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. In other words, you can't keep what you have unless you give it away. There's some circles that understand the principle of you cannot keep what you have unless you give it away. That's service work. That's if you're volunteering. Okay, when you volunteer in the community, then you are giving freely. And somewhere along the line, you will be rewarded. Somewhere along the line. It may not be with a windfall of $1 million, but somewhere you will be rewarded. Next is chapter 6, continued the prayer of increase. Proverbs 11, 24, 25. Again, King James Bible. This is Proverbs 25. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also. Again, Proverbs 11, 25. The liberal soul, the free soul, shall be made fat, and he that watereth, or have what they have something, but they water it down, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. So if imagine having gravy or sauce, and you have it the way you want it, full bodied, all right? And you have enough serving for 4 people. Well, another 5 show up. You don't have any more ingredients. You don't even have the time to make more sauce. So what are you going to end up doing? You're going to put some liquid in it to stretch it out. Well, it's going to taste good because you're a good cook and you know how to finesse and what you do. But the fact that you had to water it down, all right? So when we're free, a free soul will be made fatter, will have an increase because they're free-hearted, they're free, they're generous, okay? And he that withholds, he that gives, he that's stingy, only give a little bit, will be watered himself. We cannot keep what we have unless we give it away. Sharing our wealth, time, service, and kindness. Sharing. Learn how to share. Is that it? Yes, it is. Stop, screen share. We have 5 minutes. Are there any questions? Is there a way to get in here? I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. YouTubers, I am grateful for this opportunity. YouTubers. Oh, what are we going to talk about next week? Well, I decided that next week, first of all, when I say next week, today's the 20th. So what I've decided to do is either, because I haven't actually decided, if I have a choice and I haven't decided, either take a week off or come back with Dare to Prosper. Dare to Prosper. Or The Prospering Power of Love. That's a very small book. The Prospering Power of Love. It's by Ponder, Catherine Ponder. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about love. So you say you're in love and you love this person. And what is love? First of all, what is love? Oh, we can quote love is patient, love is kind, love is this and that. What is love? Unconditional love. And that's the book that we're going to be studying from. It has maybe 45 pages. Takes maybe 3 or 4 weeks. The Prospering Power of Love. And having all of that said, we're going to pray ourselves out. Holy Spirit, divine love, I want to thank you for the opportunity to carry the message, and to walk and talk the message, be the message carrier. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for blessing those that bless others. We are blessings to others. Whether you believe it or not, you are a blessing to someone. And so, Heavenly Father, Mother Nature, we are grateful for the opportunity to serve. We're grateful for the opportunity to understand and to learn and to know that we are prosperity. And that what we say and do comes back to us, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. We are very grateful for the opportunity of knowing that we are, in and of itself, prosperity. We are the prosperity that we seek. And thank you very much for the venue. Thank you for every Sunday. Thank you for our health and strength. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful for all that I have, all that I've had, and all that I shall have. I am grateful. And in the very name, nature, and power, in the name of all there is, I am grateful this day and every day. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Namaste. Thank you. I want to thank you all very much. Been nothing but kind to me, listening and being patient with me all through this. And I want to thank you. We're signing off. It is 7:59 and it will be 8 p.m. in about 10 seconds. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. This is so, and so it is. Thank you, and good night.